Kamwa and Sela tip at midcourt, and we are underway. A battle, and reeled in for the Golden Eagles, immediately snatched away by freshman star Kennedy Chandler. We're underway here in Knoxville.
Yeah, that's just one of the things that he does so very, very well. You know, you talk about the scoring, you talk about his prowess to put the ball in the hoop, but it's the defense on the other end that most people are really excited about.
There's Vescovy. Free throw line, and a deep three from Chandler to start things off. Kamwa crashing the boards, loose ball, Fulkerson's there. Chandler pump fake drive now, little floater, can't kiss it off the glass. And Tennessee Tech will hold it down, and this is the lineup for the Golden Eagles under head coach John Pelfrey, along with their favorite sides. It's Thanksgiving, so we're still in the mood. As you see, Deontay Wood, Keyshawn Davidson, Junior Clay, Amadou Sela, and Mamadou Diarra.
Yeah, Junior Clay is a man after my own heart. The candied yams, you know, him and Mamadou Diarra, the sweet potatoes, man, I'm all about that.
Absolutely is. Bailey fires from the corner for Tennessee, another offensive board for the Vols.
Rick Barnes really needs to figure out a way to get Victor Bailey to score the basket. You know, he struggled early on this season, and that's what his knack is. You know, that's what they really need him to do, is fill up that three. He hasn't been able to do it on a consistent level just yet.
Victor Bailey Jr., 3 of 14 this weekend from the three-point line. This is first one for Kennedy Chandler there for the first points of the ball game. Tennessee a quick 2-0 lead. Another steal from Chandler. That's the second time he's been able to pick the Golden Eagles' pockets. And here's the starting lineup for the Vols. A couple of side items as well. You see Fulke, the Pals Peachy Tea, right on brand there from John Fulkerson. The rest of the squad, some good-looking sides there.
Kennedy Chandler is now 0 for 2 from the three-point line. The thing that I'm looking at Kennedy Chandler, and you look at the dressings and all that stuff, man, that makes me hungry right now. But with Kennedy Chandler, it looks like he's really not at his legs for his first two shots. Barely getting off the floor, which is atypical and sort of an aberration of what you've seen thus far this season, where he gets great height, great loft. So, you know, maybe right now, little nerves playing into it. Maybe the belly's full of that dressing right now. He'll run that off and look to him to do big things this afternoon.
And you're right, Chandler has been nothing but atypical freshman since day one here on Rocky Top. 2 weeks in, he's already won a Freshman of the Week honor in the Southeastern Conference and sitting at about a cool, crisp 14 points per game as well.
Yeah, I only dreamed about doing things like that when I was a freshman.
Back out to the quarters, Vescovy. Guarded closely by Deontay Wood, and Wood wins that battle. It'll be a turnover for the Vols.
Good defense by the Golden Eagles there. You know, the Golden Eagles, you look at their team, and they've got good size, they've got good quickness, hadn't shot the ball well from the perimeter, and we'll talk about that shortly. But this team is not going to back down from the Tennessee basketball team, because a win, Andy, would make their entire season.
Wood goes up for the shot, no good. You have to go back to 1996, the last time the Golden Eagles took down this Tennessee side. These two teams went at it this time last year in what was a dismantlement win, favoring a 10th-ranked Tennessee team at that point. Another turnover, Volunteer side, same part of the court, that time off Victor Bailey Jr.
Yeah, Victor Bailey getting his first start. You know, perhaps some nerves playing into it. Tennessee looks like they're going to be without a couple of three guys this afternoon due to different ailments. But, you know, you look for Victor Bailey to have a big-time breakout game.
Vols at this point without Justin Powell in the starting lineup. As Daniel Ramsey able to cash in Tennessee Tech's first points, and we're knotted up at 2.
Daniel caught that ball in the sweet spot. High post, turned around and put it in.
Bailey right wing feeds it into the paint. John Fulkerson, the 6-year man, goes up strong with the left hand and gets it to go.
Good for John. You know, he works really hard to get to the sweet spot on that post, and then he goes over that right shoulder with a baby hook there.
Davidson at the free throw line. For Junior Clay, team's leading scorer a season ago, 3-time All-OVC. The step back three from Diarra, the big fella, gets it to go.
How about Mamadou, man? That's a great looking shot, little hesitation there. Step back for the three.
He's a 35% three-point shooter. First season with the Golden Eagles, and he's averaging about 12 points a game, a huge addition from the Golden Eagles from Cincinnati. It's the Tennessee Tech side that brings in a wealth of transfers from the transfer portal. Really up the depth on this team, making it a more competitive practice, turning over to a lot of guys fighting for minutes early.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned the transfer portal. It's the great equalizer, Andy. When you have teams, even at this particular level, as Santiago comes away with a big-time steal. What a move.
Out Vescovi.
Wow.
Slice and dice finishes it off.
We got to make sure we say it right?
That's right.
Vescovi.
Vescovi. We'll have more on that with Casey Funderburg, but yeah, pronunciation Vescovi, that's what we're going with here.
Yeah, we got to make sure we get that right. But, you know, going back to the transfer portal, it is the great equalizer. It gives guys a chance to play for other schools right away, and kudos to them coming up with that rule.
Guys want to play. That's what it comes down to. Very strange year a season ago. Both these teams largely affected by COVID-19 and injuries in the early going. It's good to have these type of non-conference atmospheres again. In-state rivalry, in-state matchup here on Thanksgiving weekend. Fulkerson somehow ends up with that one, and that was a gift.
Never leave the man with the ball. You know, Fulkerson gets that, hustled, off the floor. He's looking to pass it out, and they left him.
Tennessee by 3, a scramble.
Obviously, but Santi was one of those leaders who worked his rear end off to get in better shape, handles the ball a lot better, and has better foot speed this year.
Yeah, Coach Rick Barnes has consistently said that Vescovi has been the most improved player on this roster. Vescovi, whatever you pronounce it, doesn't matter. If he's put 16 points a game, you're going to take that.
You're going to take that all day, and then you bring in someone like Zakai Ziegler, who puts so much pressure on the defense, gets all the way to the rack. At that size, he still has the ability to finish.
Let's talk about an explosion this weekend against North Carolina. That is Zakai Ziegler, career high 18 points in what was just his 4th game in his collegiate career, in what was a small ball type of lineup that Rick Barnes went with against North Carolina. Yeah,
very surprising to me that he went with Santiago Kennedy Chandler and Zakai Ziegler for, the multitude of that particular basketball game. But I know that it caught North Carolina off guard, and they just could not match up. So look forward to seeing that more and more this season.
There's Kamwa to the rim, and he gets it to go. His first points of the action today.
Really like Olivier Kamwa. I like the fact that he's had a bit of an epiphany, if you will, this year. Light bulbs really come on, being more assertive, more aggressive.
Jumper from Ramsey, other end, off the mark. Tennessee, they've made 4 of their last 4 attempts. Currently hold a 5-point lead. Here's Ziegler driving right side, tries to toss it back out. And here's Bailey Jr. picks it up, collects, and can't finish.
Good pass by Zakai Ziegler. Sometimes when you catch it in rhythm, you can go up with it. Almost led to a turnover.
He goes up with one hand off the mark. Ziegler wants to run. Bounce pass to Bailey Jr. A little reversal finish.
Yeah, good pass by Zakai. Great finish by VJ.
Tennessee's on a 6-0 run. Hard contact at the other end, and that'll be on Tennessee. Bailey Jr. gets the foul.
Well, when you look at someone like Zakai Ziegler, who is diminutive in stature, he doesn't need to get to the heart of the paint. Great bounce pass. Victor Bailey utilized the basket as a shot-blocking defender, if you will, and was able to lay it up with his strong hand.
The way Ziegler plays, it is fearless. He showed that against North Carolina. 27 minutes in that game. He had just 30 combined in the prior 3 games. Has really stepped up in Rick Barnes' eyes.
And I think that Coach Barnes really loves the fact that he plays with a great amount of moxie.
Ziegler dishes for Bailey Jr. Still trying to get in that rhythm as Victor Bailey Jr. is off the mark again there. Other way come the Golden Eagles. Victor Bailey wave it off. That's a charge. So no basket at the offensive end, but he turns around and gets the charge.
Yeah, sometimes players will let their offensive explosion or lack thereof, adjust, and make things happen that you don't want to see on the defensive end. So Victor Bailey did a great job of not being down. I'm missing some shots. I'm going to get a charge and help my team out in other ways.
Turn things over the other way. Huntley Hatfield with the ball. Chandler feed into Uroš Plavšić. Goes up strong, one hand, and a smooth finish for the big fella.
How about you, Uroš? Good crab dribble, going up over the strong shoulders, left shoulder, put it in with the baby hook.
Bobzic, 3.5 points per game. That relief off the bench for Tennessee in his 3rd season with the Vols. Tennessee Tech trying to claw back. They face an early 7-point deficit. Petway out for Davidson. Fires a 3 from the left wing, and he gets it to go.
Great shot by Keyshawn Davidson. You know, Tennessee made them work for every dribble, every pass, but that's a great-looking shot by Keyshawn Davidson.
Davidson, the team's leading scorer through 5 games, 13.4 points per game, had 28 in one game earlier this season. Coming off a double-double against Lipscomb as well. This is a team that really fought hard in a Tuesday win against a really good Lipscomb side. A team in which they were down 14 points at one point. A little bit of a slow start, kind of been a theme for Tennessee Tech. They clawed back, finally got the 3-point shot working.
Yeah, you talk about a slow start. You know, if I recall right, they went 0 for 27 in one stretch in terms of shooting from the perimeter. So for them to close out a game and start to shoot the ball a lot better, great to take over a basketball team, which is so different for a young kid coming in and learning a system right away.
He's already filled up the stat sheets this afternoon. 3 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And they'll fire the 3 right out of the break. Can't get it to go. Tennessee so far an 0 from the 3-point arc, 0 for 5 so far.
Yeah, very reminiscent of what you saw last Saturday against Villanova, where they did not shoot the ball well, and it came back to bite them because Villanova, again, well-coached, great guard play, and it took advantage of UT's size or lack thereof from their perimeter players.
There's Amadou Sila, one of the most highly effective players in the OVC, leads the team field goal percentage. Very patient finish from the big man. Ziegler dumps it down to Fulkerson, little back screen cut, and it rolled around and in. Huntley Hatfield might have had a part of that.
Yeah, I think he did, and that's what he's doing right now. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, you know, that he's going to emerge, obviously, as a superstar. He's got an NBA body already, but the fact that he is tenacious around the glass, does not quit, you know, that's going to get him more and more playing time.
Jemai Mashak pokes it loose. Tennessee running the other way. Chandler tried to dump it into his fellow freshman and gives it away. That'll be another Tennessee turnover.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Barnes is very happy with Kennedy Chandler, but if you go back and you look at that, Kennedy Chandler, a little sleight of hand, got it to him. He just wasn't ready to catch that. Now, on this end, this is when you're a big guy like that, man, you put the ball on the floor and you turn around and you put it in with a jump hook. But on the other end, anything you can do, I can do better. Brandon Huntley Hatfield not settling to be boxed out, Andy.
Yeah, Huntley Hatfield, 4.5 points per game in the early going. 23 minutes against North Carolina. Just got a little fingertip in on that one. Just providing more and more in his first year. It's a very young Tennessee team, very young Tennessee Tech team. These are a lot of newcomers on both sides, still trying to get familiar. Mix and match, sees what works.
Yeah, mix and match here. But you look at the fact that even 1 year ago, Tennessee was able to defeat Tennessee Tech 103-49. You knew it wasn't going to be that type of basketball game today. And right now, you know, 8 minutes left, 9 minutes left, Tennessee Tech's in this thing.
Ziegler baseline, ball movement from Tennessee. These are two very good passing teams. Fulkerson hands off to Chandler. Shot clock expiring off the backboard. So it'll be Tennessee Tech ball. Great defense from the Golden Eagles.
Wow. That was really good defense from the Golden Eagles when they closed out particularly quickly. You know, Kennedy Chandler had a high ball screen, thought he would get open on that and just did not knock it down.
This is a team that forced 22 turnovers on a good, usually disciplined Lipscomb side, a Lipscomb team that's been to the tournament several times in the last few years. 22 forced turnovers, some good defense. Tennessee Tech, they also know how to pass the ball as well, leading the conference in assist-to-turnover ratio. Davidson just having to get it off. Good defense, both sides. Neither can buy a bucket before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, back-to-back shot clock violations. You know, this game is probably going to come down, Andy, to who can settle in quickest. You know, you certainly think that Tennessee, with the, you know, higher stars, you think they would settle down fairly quickly. But Tennessee Tech, man, they're just hanging around. You know, all because of they're well coached. Coach Pelfrey, we hadn't talked about him just yet, but he is a wonderful coach, wonderful background in terms of basketball knowledge. So they're going to stick around.
And that's been one of the things that John Pelfrey has been preaching to his side, a team that hasn't been known for fast starts this year. They got down 13 points in a game against Memphis to open the season. So they've been practicing to try to be a fast-starting team like they haven't been this season. And right now, they are hanging close, just down 2 as we head late in the first half.
They're making things tough in the young guy. And obviously, I think he's going to lead Tennessee Tech in the right direction. He's got them off to a really good start. Got some great athletes via the transfer portal. Look for big things for them in their conference this year.
Just so much to unpack about that resume. For more on Coach Pelfrey, we'll get into Casey.
Well, during the 2015-2016 season, Coach Pelfrey was an analyst for ESPN and SEC Network games, and he would cover some of Coach Barnes' games. And he said he just really loved how Coach Barnes would spend extra time with him, talking about his team, giving him some notes for the broadcast. So he said he loves that they're getting to play the Volunteers today, and he has great respect for Coach Barnes.
There's not many people that can say they've played, they've coached, and they were an analyst in the SEC. I mean, he's done all 3. That's the trifecta.
Yeah, he's done all 3, man. You know, if he comes over here, I hate to tell you, Andy, I'm going to have to give up the headset. You know, we got Andrea Carter here as well today. I mean, you know, we're living in the – I don't know about you. I'm living in the shadows right now.
We're the second string right here. Those are the stars that you just mentioned. Let's get Coach Pelfrey over here. He has the talent at all 3 aspects, and he's got this Golden Eagles team headed in the right direction. He knew it wasn't going to be a day one type of build, but you really got to work at these things. I think he's found a good home in Cookeville.
Found a great home in Cookeville. You know, expectations aren't going to be to where they go to the Sweet 16 every single year, but the fact that they're very competitive, they got talent right now, and they're only going to grow.
And the lovely folks at the Tennessee Sports Information Department compiled all-time coaching, playing as an analyst. Tennessee is 17-24 when Coach Pelfrey is somewhere in the building. Doesn't matter what he's doing.
Something tells me the SID from Tennessee, Tom Satoviak, his fingerprints are all over that.
And graduate assistant Wyeth Wilson also just finding all those key stats for us, making our jobs a little easier. But that's a good one. You don't usually have a unique resume like Coach Pelfrey, and he really has set somewhat of a family foundation here where his guys are bonded. He's got a lot of newcomers. It's tough to really pull that in so quickly before the season starts.
Yeah, it's tough to build chemistry like that. You know, coming off of last year's COVID year where you didn't have fans in the stands and you didn't have the full season of conditioning to work out and all of those good things. It's hard to build that rapport with your players, but they've bought in, obviously, with the way that they're playing. And you look right now, with a free throw here from Petway, they could be just down a bucket.
Now Petway, one of those transfers, couldn't quite get it to go. Golden Eagles take it back over. Junior Clay a drive. Feeds in for Wood. Wood turnaround just off the glass. Offensive board, fighting underneath. And a quick whistle. That's going to be on Tennessee.
Yeah, you know, Mamadou Diarra, man, coming to that glass, you know, with a bad mentality, man. You know, I'm not going to be denied. So kudos to him for getting to that offensive glass. You know, you talk about the fact that I'm not going to be denied in terms of I'm not going to let someone box me out. I'm going to overcome that, fight around, and find a way to help my team.
He's earned these pair of free throws, Diarra. And no good on the first. No free throws from Tennessee so far this afternoon, but Tennessee Tech 1 for 3 at the line.
Well, Andy, if you're Tennessee Tech, how do you find ways to not only stay in a basketball game like this, but find ways to win? One of those ways in which you look at is that Tennessee has 12 rebounds. Tennessee Tech has 11. So that is one of the equalizing factors that if you're Tennessee Tech, if you're Coach Pelfrey, you want one of those things, whether it's assists to turnover ratio, knocking down threes, or staying close in a rebounding battle that could help you win a game like this.
And Steve, the identities of both of these teams a lot this season has been the ability to crash the offensive boards, create those second chance points. Tennessee's top 15 in the nation in that. Tennessee Tech leads the OVC. Tennessee, they're all about those second chance points this season with Rick Barnes.
All about the second chance points. And there again, Kennedy Chandler, that's his third look from the three-point line that was short. That one didn't even draw iron.
Now both sides, a little bit of a cold stretch. been 3 minutes since Tennessee Tech have been able to buy a field goal. Had the free throw, but Tennessee one of their last 7 at the moment.
Yeah, Amadou Sila, you know, Tennessee Tech is utilizing that high pick and roll with Sila rolling to the basket, and Santiago had no choice but to foul him to put him at the line.
Sila with 4 points in the early going. And he's good on the first one.
The longer Tech hangs around too, Andy. I'm telling you, you know, things usually work out in a team's favor when they're a big underdog on the road, hostile environment.
They are all tied up, 20 apiece. 6 minutes to go in the first half. A much different field in the 103-49 win for Tennessee last year. Here's Kamwa. That'll get the crowd going, get the team rolling.
That'll get the team rolling. That takes the lid off of the basket when it comes to the three-point line. But kudos to Kamwa. You know, he is one of the best three-point shooters that Tennessee has thus far in this early season.
He's really developed the long-range game. 5 3-pointers now on the season for the big man. He's really had to take a off-the-bench role into an everyday I've-got-to-score role. And he's done a great job, but a good response other end, Junior Clay.
Junior Clay taking advantage of the size by Zakai Ziegler. Kind of muscled him down there, bullied him a little bit.
Tennessee looking to answer now. Vescovi 3 off the mark. And a foul inside. That's an offensive call. Looks like on Plavsic. He'll go Golden Eagle way.
Kamwa, man, I'm telling you, he's got the, you know, he's also playing with a lot of confidence as well. You know, Zakai Ziegler did exactly what he was supposed to do, get into the heart of the paint, make the defense collapse, passed it out to Santi, who had the assist to Olivier Kamwa.
It has been night and day type of feel for Olivier Kamwa, from being that role player, looking really sharp, adding that three-pointer to his arsenal. It's a credit to the development plan of Rick Barnes and his staff. Offensive board here, swatted back. Huntley Hatfield giving Tennessee the ball back.
You know, I really like the game plan. I love the game plan from Coach Pelfrey, because if you start to notice, Andy, they are taking advantage of the undersized guards that UT has on the defensive end. That's the second time that the guards from UT have been posted up and played big boy bully basketball. You know, fortunately enough for Tennessee, you know, Tennessee Tech did not put it in, but I like that game plan. Go after them on the defensive end.
There's Victor Bailey Jr. will fire another one. That's off the mark. Vescovi, offensive board. Vescovi kicks it back out. Tennessee still struggling from behind the arc. Just the one make of 13 tries from Kamwa. Vescovi tries again off the mark, but Huntley Hatfield, that is an easy putback.
Yeah, Johnny on the spot. And if you're Coach Belfry right now with the arm, 7%. So, you know, it's got a little bit worse.
It's a team that shot 6.5 three-point field goals made a game last year. That was near the bottom of the nation. This year they've stepped that up to 10, including a record-breaking 17 in their season opener. So they've shot well this season, but a lot of options are able to do so, just haven't really gotten them in rhythm yet.
And let's give, you know, the Golden Eagles some credit as well. You know, they played very, very well defensively. They closed out. They played gap, help side defense. So give them some credit as well.
Hustle play there from Daniel Ramsey. Running the other way as Petway takes the contact and will head to the line for 2.
Wow. Ramsey, what great hustle, man. Just, you know, Kennedy Chandler kind of tripped over his feet there, lost control of the ball. And Ramsey just dove in there and got his hands in, made a great pass. So the Eagles have come to play.
Absolutely all-out effort there from Daniel Ramsey, the sophomore forward out of Cordell, Georgia, transfer out of Xavier. He's had some issues with his health there at the Musketeers, so you hope he's good. Looks like just took a hard tumble there.
Hard tumble, hard tumble.
What a serious effort play that will give Tennessee Tech a chance to go up with 2 free throws.
And unfortunately for, you know, Ramsey is that he's got to come out now. You know, you had that great hustle play, get nicked up a little bit, and you got to come out. But hopefully he's going to be good and get back into the game.
All injuries with the head, you have to take serious NCAA concussion protocols, as he did take a shot there for Kennedy Chandler off the pass. And now Petway had a chance to potentially give Tennessee Tech the lead there. Misses the first one, so they'll go for the tie.
What's interesting as well, you look at one of those particulars that keeps a lesser opponent into a basketball game like this is that this will be their 8th free throw. Conversely, Tennessee has yet to get to the free throw line, and we only have 4 minutes left in this first half.
Tennessee will likely take their first ones here as Chandler goes hard to the basket. Good drive from the freshman. And you're right, first free throws of the afternoon for Tennessee here very late in the first half.
So, Andy, what do you do? We talked about Tennessee Tech and what they've got to do to stay in a game like this. If you're Coach Barnes, what do you got to do? For me, I think you got to start inside out. Obviously you're shooting 1 for 14. You're shooting at a 7% clip from the three-point line. That just tells me you got to get Fulkerson more involved. You got to get Kumwa. You got to get Brendan Huntley-Hatfield more involved. Start on the inside and go inside out. That opens up the perimeter, and I think you knock down more shots.
Surely to see some sort of adjustments, particularly second half, after they're able to talk things over. Get their first look at this Tennessee Tech defense. Like you mentioned, this is a stingy Golden Eagles side. There's White to the rim, adjusts, gets it to go, and the foul. Golden Eagles tie it up with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, Kenny White, man, I'm telling you, that is a strong, just straight line cut, using his offhand there, and got fouled and put it in. Great move by Kenny White.
And Kenny White, a technical freshman forward out of Madisonville, Kentucky. Had 6 starts a season ago before season-ending injury. Had 13 points in that debut, so a bright star that Tennessee Tech is really trying to get going, and they've done so. 5.2 points per game, 14 minutes so far, and that was a fantastic finish. And now Tennessee Tech has the lead.
Tennessee Tech, I'm telling you, we said it before, but they came to play. Didn't even have a shoot-around today. I mean, the pregame was their shoot-around.
Able to enjoy Thanksgiving at Cookeville. Bust up this morning as Kennedy Chandler finally gets it to go. Took a couple of bounces, just sat up there for a while. But finally rolled in.
What amazes me with Kennedy Chandler is the fact that he, whether he makes or misses, Andy, it's the same reaction. He shot that, bounced around several times, and he just goes right back down the floor. It wasn't the rah-rah sis-boom ball. It wasn't, we get the crowd fired up. It was, I'm going to get back and play defense because that's what I do.
He gave that look like, finally. It was an unconventional make, but we'll take it. We're going to take it. Finally getting one to fall from a guard. Tennessee, they're 2 for 15. Not down for long. Kennedy Chandler gets it to go. Much needed.
Yeah, he's too good. He's too good to shoot air balls from the three-point line. The thing you really like about Kennedy Chandler is that he got the layup, got fouled, and went to the line, got his first couple of points there, and that led to him being more confident shooting the three. And then you got somebody like Fulkerson. Again, you start on the inside, work your way inside out, and good things are going to happen.
That's what you were talking about, Steve. Heading in the paint, trying to get Fulkerson, the 6-year man, going, and then a turnover, other end. For the Golden Eagles, gives it back to Tennessee.
Basketball is really, Andy, it's not that difficult, okay? One thing's not going well, you try something else. The definition of insanity is trying, you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, get the ball on the inside and play inside out. Now look at what they're doing right here.
Volke in the paint, back-to-back post moves for number 10. Gets it to go.
Yeah, it just needs more touches. On Thanksgiving side, it's not Thanksgiving until I have cranberry sauce. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what your affinity in terms of political, your prowess and all that. It's got to be cranberry sauce.
Got to have the cranberry. I'll say the Brock family makes some good mac and cheese. So we're going to ride with the original classic. Nothing too crazy, just straight to the point.
I like it. I like it.
Casey down there on the sideline, what's the Funderburg family working with?
I like mashed potatoes with peas on top, which I know a lot of people don't like peas, but I really enjoy that every Thanksgiving.
Hey, it's a unique one, and we won't judge you, but not my choice, but it sounds good.
More for me.
We will not judge you, Casey. I mean, if you want to eat green peas and mashed potatoes, that's your business.
Tennessee Tech trying to battle. Tennessee on a bit of a run here. in the paint, out for Davidson. Nice pump fake, a little runner. Got it to go. Fantastic finish from Davidson.
You know, Tennessee Tech's ball movement this first half has been absolutely spectacular. They're not settling for the first opportunity. Why settle for a good look when you can get a great one with one extra pass?
Vescovy, top of the key, just about had it poked out. Clay playing some solid defense. Three-time All-OVC candidate. Kamwa top of the key, and he's fouled by Diarra.
Now again, in that entire possession, you didn't have a post touch. You know, Kumwa technically plays the post, but he was out beyond the three-point line. Again, you get the ball into the post. You got someone with the girth of Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. Let him sit down in the post. If he gets double-teamed, he'll kick it back out to you.
How about for Tennessee, Jemai Mashak getting some good minutes here in this Friday battle. The inbounds it. Here's Vescovy, lobs it up for Kamwa. Hit the deck, but got it back out, kept it alive. Here's Vescovy, left wing, taken on Diarra, and couldn't get it to go. The rim did not favor the Bulls this time around. Other way, Junior Clay, what a move! Dice can't finish, but a putback from Kenny White.
What a move from Junior Clay, man. You know, Junior Clay with a little hesitation. Two guys blow by. He didn't get the fortuitous bounce, but his teammate was there to back him up. What a great move. Watch this here. Hesitation between the legs. Left-hand finish. Fortunately, you got your teammate, Kenny White Jr., to back you up.
Juked him out, hit that right stick there on the PlayStation. He got both of them and put it up and in, but Kenny White there to finish it off. Tennessee Tech back within two. We mentioned Junior Clay, prolific scorer for this Tennessee Tech side for 3 years. He's been a captain now on this team. Led the team in points per game a season ago, 17.3. That was second in the conference. He's really do it all in a lot of different factors as well.
Yeah, it does it all. 17.3 points a game and shooting down a decent clip at the three-point line. But it's that last number there, the 3.7 assist. That's what pops the eyes, man, because it's not just about him. I think Santi's telling me to be quiet here. I don't know about that.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know. But he's dishing the ball. He's dishing the ball.
Absolutely, as leads the team in assists, 6.4 assists per game. As Clay and Davidson combined for 19 assists in that win against Lipscomb, not a single turnover. Santi might have been signaling you. Maybe he's about to make something happen right here.
Yeah.
Still looking for that first three. 10 seconds. Chandler, and it looked like he stepped out of bounds on that baseline.
Yeah, I think he did. And I think they were trying to get Kennedy Chandler to go around the left side. Santi was going to flatten out to the corner. They were going to try to knock down the three to end the half. But if you're Tennessee Tech, you're down two with a chance to possibly lead with 7 seconds left.
Huge set here for the Golden Eagles. Within two. It's their lead man, Junior Clay, taking it down. 3 on the clock. Clay fires, gets it to go. They'll take on Chattanooga after this one for the second time. So really heading around the state, trying to prove their mark in terms of teams. Here in the state of Tennessee, here's Vescovy wide open and a great way to kick off second half.
Yeah, that's, inside-out basketball. It starts with a touch from Olivier Kumwa, and it leads to a three. On the other end, Coach Barnes is shaking his head because Victor Bailey, got lost in the shuffle and did not defend.
Trading three-pointers, a swat from Sela on the defensive end for Tennessee Tech. Keyshawn Davidson, open Diarra. Going with Kamwa, and Olivier Kamwa will force the turnover.
Yeah, Pelfrey's not going to be happy about that. You've got someone of that size that's not a three-point shooter that turns the ball over. But you look on this end, Santiago takes that one rhythm dribble, steps right into it, and knocks down the three.
He's best to be able to get his first three-pointer of the afternoon. 1 for 5 now from behind the arc. Tennessee trying to a little bit more efficient from that three-point line. Here's Fulkerson. Kamwa's there, and another offensive board for the Vols.
That's something else that Tennessee can utilize. Fulkerson is so good and so adept at using that hesitation dribble, the up and under, that he gets 2 defenders, leaving a volunteer on the other side to clean it up.
Bulls back up 1. Here's Diarra, a little pump fake, step up, kiss off the glass.
Wow. Did not realize the banks were open the day after. Are the banks open today? I guess they are, right?
They are here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Mamadou, a little kiss off the glass. Not bad for the big fella. He's hit a 3, too. He's got the range. First-year man here at Tennessee Tech from Cincinnati. He's had a lot of experience with the Bearcats. And Vescovy, no doubt, he's on a roll now, 2 for 2 to start the second half.
Yeah, just needed to see one go in. And Vescovy, I'm telling you, man, once he sees one go in, it gets as big as the ocean, that basket does.
He's got 6 this half, now 8, but another response from the Golden Eagles. They get it to go. Back and forth action here, Steve.
Wow, Junior Clay, Santiago Vescovy, man, they got the ultimate green light, and they're both knocking down shots.
Vescovy, see what else he has up his sleeve. Here's Kennedy Chandler looking to get things going second half. Diarra was there, put a hand on it. Junior Clay and a little 3-on-1 for Tennessee Tech. Other way, great defense from Santi. He draws the foul, but he limits the bucket.
Yeah, limits the bucket. Kudos to Amadou Sila for running the floor, getting to the free throw line. Santiago coming off a down screen by Fulkerson, knocking it down in rhythm.
That's what they need from their leading scorer. Vescovy 8 points, 3 for 8 from the floor, 5 assists as well. They'll try to get the hot hand for a Tennessee team still trailing the second half.
Tennessee's fairly fortunate, Andy, that they're not down further. You know, Tennessee Tech has been to the line 10 times, knocking down 6 of them. But if they were shooting a little bit better from the line, bigger lead.
Tennessee haven't had those type of opportunities from the free throw line yet. Just 2 tries. It's been all Tennessee Tech from the charity stripe. The Golden Eagles retain a 1-point lead. Vescovy out to Fulkerson. Hands it back out to his guard. 2-man movement here. Fulkerson in the paint. Can't get it to go. Took some contact. No foul call. Other way. Golden Eagles goes Clay. A little up and under.
Yeah, you know, I'm with you. I thought that he got hit from behind there, but play on. Again, Tennessee Tech takes advantage of a rebound and knocks the shot down.
Vescovy with the green light, fires again. Another foul on the floor. But Vescovy heating up. Junior Clay says, I'll one-up you. I'm going to heat up too.
Yeah, Junior Clay, man, going down the floor. Straight line drive, little finger roll. Scoop and score.
Clay 12 points, 9 assists, a career-high 5 steals in the win against Lipscomb on Tuesday. He's a pesky defender as well as a crafty offensive mind. Here's Fulkerson going to work with Sila in the paint. What a battle, and Fulkerson this time will take a whistle and head to the line.
You know, if you are Coach Barnes, one of the things that you want to see again is Fulkerson catch the ball on that particular block, because it allows him to take a couple of crab dribbles, spin over that natural shoulder. Also, it allows him to get someone to get into foul trouble.
First one good from Fulkerson.
Yeah, look at Fulkerson. He catches the ball right there. Now, look, you catch it here, little shoulder fake, and then you got the up and under drawing foul trouble from Amadou Sila.
See Fulky 9 points, shooting 50% from the floor, 4 rebounds. They've gone to him in the paint when the 3-point shot hasn't been falling. He's been delivering. Fulky, a little bit of an injury beginning of the season, missed the season opener, but now really starting to look like he didn't miss that time. He's starting to really dial in.
Yeah, and he's not in great game shape yet. You know, it's one thing to run sprints while all the other guys are conditioning basketball-wise, so he's not in great game shape. So look for him to get better and better as the season progresses.
Tennessee playing high-pressure defense. They've gone back to a man-to-man here. Davidson off the screen. Wide open Junior Clay, top of the key. Couldn't roll it to go. A board from Vescovy. He had 9 of those against North Carolina.
Probably the most wide open Junior Clay's been, and he did knock that one down.
Well design play from John Pelfrey. Clay couldn't quite grab the points. Golden Eagles still up one. Here's Plavsic, big man in the paint, going up again. Couldn't quite drop it in. Scramble at the baseline. Last touch is going to be Tennessee.
Little brother with Tennessee and Tennessee Tech. Little brother's here to play.
Clay leads the OVC in assists per game. He was second last year in points per game. He can get a double-double in several different ways and has a chance when it's all said and done. He's already played 3 years at Tennessee Tech. He can really find himself in the record books.
I think he will.
Cross-court pass that time from Clay. Vescovy dives for it, picked up from Chandler. Ziegler moving up the court. Ziegler catches it top of the key, drives in, found Huntley Hatfield with no one around, but right through the legs.
Yeah, you know, that is a really good pocket pass, and in time, Brandon Huntley Hatfield will stop right there on the box and wait for that pass because he's going to be wide open. His defender was helping on Zakai Ziegler. He'll catch that and put that in time, just not ready for that just now.
Tennessee still winning the turnover battle, 12 for Tennessee Tech, 7 for the Volunteer side. Golden Eagles still leading by 1. Little post move, trying to extend that lead. Huntley Hatfield crashing the boards. Falls the other way. Vescovy, corner, inside Fulke. They're feeding the 60-year man, and he draws contact and will head back to the line.
You know, we talked about it, Andy, ad nauseum at this point. You know, if you're Coach Barnes, you want the ball to go inside to John Fulkerson. Good things are going to happen when he touches the ball. Again, he catches the ball right there on the block. Defender catches up, might have gotten away with his second, third foul there. But good things are going to happen when Fulkerson catches the ball on the low post.
Now, Fulke playing in his 136th career game in an orange and white uniform. That ties him with Josh Richardson, a VFL legend, for 3rd all-time in program history.
Wow, you know, you talk about the likes of Josh Richardson. Those are Iron Men that have played at an exceptionally high level for you know, game after game after game when they're counted on to do it most.
At the moment, he is 6 shy for tying all-time leader Wayne Chisholm program history for most games played, which if he sticks out the rest of the season, he certainly can get there. What a feed by Goldman, finding Junior Clay. The Eagles retake the lead.
Nice set piece there from Coach Pelfrey. Again, you talk about them being well coached.
The Junior Clay picks Fulkerson's pocket. Other way, bounce pass entry to Petway, rise above Kennedy Chandler. The swat from the freshman. Vescovy up ahead. Here's Fulke in the paint. Vescovy dials one up. Can't grab it to go. Back and forth. Fast pace. Here's Clay. No. And maybe now Santi will slow it down.
Yeah, I think you're going to slow it down, run your offense. Good looks by Santi and Clay there. Neither one of them fall.
Those two have been the go-tos on offense here in the second half for either side. Tennessee's 0 for their last 5. Entry pass tipped out of play. It'll stay Tennessee Vols' way.
Yeah, you're very fortunate as you're Santiago because most times you're not going to jump to pass unless it's one of those swing passes to the corner where you're getting over a defender. You don't want to jump up in the air with nowhere to particularly go.
Be a deep baseline throwing for Tennessee. Just such a different feel. Just this time a season ago, Tennessee 8th largest margin of victory on an opponent. That 103-49 win against this Golden Eagles team with a lot of the same players still on this side. Obviously a much different Tennessee Tech side.
Much different, and you know, we really haven't talked about the fact that Tennessee should be much deeper, but you're missing Josiah Jordan-James. You're missing Powell, who's a knockdown three-point shooter as well.
Turnover from Deontay Wood, goes one-on-one with Ziegler, but the presence from Zakai Ziegler and Wood fumbles it out of play.
Yeah, you know, he's that little pest, man. You think you got a clean avenue to get to the rim, you're going to bully ball him, but he's the little pest that gets in there and causes havoc.
But Steve, you do make a good point. A lot of pieces missing for Tennessee as Josiah Jordan-James still trying to work his way back in the lineup, dealing with a bit of a hand injury, have some sickness going around. No Justin Powell today either from what we've seen. He's available, but just about doubtful, still trying to get his way back. Huntley Hatfield, though, a good move, and they'll take that from the big freshman.
That's an NBA body. I mean, you know, as this kid learns the game, he's going to be absolutely special. You catch the ball on the block, you reverse it, spin move, and go to the baseline and put it in.
The crowd here at TBA starting to get into it. Their side up 1, and a jump ball on the court. And I think it's going to be ruled a jump ball. It'll be Tennessee Tech's way still.
Coach Pelfrey's not mad at the official. He's mad at his guy for dribbling the ball into that dead spot there. When you're going to get trapped there, you cannot have that ball against that sideline.
It'll be Petway to throw it in. He gets it to Diarra. Diarra now top of the key, working on Kamwa. Goes to the Davidson, wide open, Goldman. Diarra had some space to shoot it, didn't take it, gives it back to Davidson. Working it all the way back around to Petway. Shot clock expires as it goes off the mark.
Yeah, Diarra should have taken that shot. He was wide open.
Look at the moves from Ziegler, draws the foul, almost got it to go. Nifty little move. From
Their shoulders as well.
A fantastic story. Didn't have any offers until a really solid AAU showing this summer. And Coach Barnes says he's already one of the more mature players on this team and is doing things the right way. And those were some big free throws. Tennessee back up 3. Golden Eagles looking to respond.
Look for Tennessee Tech to be very patient. Look for them to get the shot that they want. They're going to pass up a good shot to get a great one.
There's Wood in the paint. Victor Bailey Jr. stuffs it back. Other way. Ball's looking to run. Wide open is Kamwa. Top of the key. And Tennessee will back it out and reset the offense.
Yeah, they're going to run that action here. Look to get the ball in the paint here.
Chandler going head-to-head with Wood. Almost lost his balance. Another feed into the paint. This one is Kamwa. Just about lost it. Ziegler's there. Inside to Hatfield. Got it.
Assist to Ziegler. Man, I'm telling you, he's doing everything. And this young fella, Brendan Huntley Hatfield, stepping up in this game-type moment.
A coming out party, breakout weekends. Teams are going to have to start preparing for these guys. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these ball freshmen adapt to a scouting report. There's Kennedy Chandler.
Oh!
Down.
Wow. Okay, young fella.
Rise above Kennedy Chandler. That'll get the crowd going. But a good response other end, Daniel Ramsey.
Yeah. Good wraparound pass to find Daniel Ramsey right there.
Well, Steve, did you know Chandler had those ups?
I didn't know he could do it like that.
A little scrummage on the court. Junior Clay now pacing the Golden Eagles down the court.
Wow, man, he missed a golden opportunity. Daniel Ramsey was wide open in the paint.
And Davidson a little bit out of control, lost it. And Tennessee takes over, up 5, and will slow things down now.
Look for Tennessee once again to get something in the post here. Find something going to the basket. If you're a guard, get something set up for Brandon Huntley Hatfield right there.
There's Huntley Hatfield working on Goldman. Turnaround, Huntley Hatfield good to go. He's 5 for 5 today.
Well, that's just too easy. You know, you try to muscle him out, try to push him away, and he's got that sweet touch that he can take that pull-up jump shot.
Huntley Hatfield now with 10 in the game. One of his best outings so far in his young freshman career. Davidson tangled up. Volke playing good defense. Junior Clay now on Ziegler. Big matchup.
Oh, Sakai Ziegler's locking him up.
5 on the shot clock. Goldman fires. Can't connect. Volke will slow it down. Now to Vescovy. Less than 10 to go. Tennessee, they've made 4 of their last 4 attempts.
But it's been the youth. It's been the youth right here. It's been Ziegler, Chandler, and Huntley Hatfield.
Huntley Hatfield going to work again. Volke approves. He's now 6 for 6.
Let the big fella eat, man, on the inside, man. It's still Thanksgiving feast for the big fella from Tennessee.
12 points for Huntley Hatfield. That's tied for the team high. It's a breakout party for him and a sweet drive Keyshawn Davidson. Tennessee Tech's not going away.
No, they're not going away. And Keyshawn Davidson, straight line cut, left-handed finish, man. Those are the type of baskets, if you're Coach Pelfrey, that you need to stay in a ball game.
What's the play call here, Steve? Huntley Hatfield again. This time stopped. Right, keep trying to feed the big fella.
You go inside out here. Now, if you're Huntley Hatfield, you don't settle. You punish the guy, mouse in the house, try to get him all the way to the basket.
And that is his first miss of the afternoon. A great run from Huntley Hatfield. And a great stretch that puts Tennessee up 7, and then a turnover from Davidson.
Yeah, and he looks a little winded right there. You know, that's a winded type of effort there from Huntley Hatfield. But, man, you talk about an ovation that he's going to get going out of the game. Kennedy Chandler, rise up, young fella. Wow.
Whew. Almost lost it there at the top, but no doubt he was coming down with that. 11 points for the freshman, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Got the crowd amped up.
Andy, it takes an escalator to get me up that high these days. Man, that's young legs right there.
Steve, I think you can still put it through. Sweet drive again. Kennedy Chandler.
It's the youth movement from the Volunteers, man. Chandler, Zakai, and Huntley Hatfield. They have played absolutely marvelously down the stretch run here.
Tennessee really running now, trying to create some separation. Here's Ziegler, 3. Can't quite get it.
I think the roof would come off of this place if Zakai had made that one.
Tennessee, they've had the hot stretch. 6 of their last 8 have gone through. Still just 4 for 20 from three-point line. Here's Wood driving in. Vescovy, Fulkerson, might have been a combo block there. Good defense from the Vols.
Now, don't get it twisted. Tennessee's defensive intensity has really stepped up markedly over the last several minutes, which has led to some offensive explosivity.
55% of the team scoring, and now a little veteran action. It's Kamwa with jam.
Yeah, Coach Pelfrey came out of that timeout in a little 2-3 matchup zone, but then all of a sudden,
what do you got, Kennedy? Let's do it again.
Okay. That's just too easy. That's just too easy.
He's fired up. Vol Nation's fired up. Standing ovation from TBA. The response there from Sela. But Tennessee bringing the energy. Kennedy Chandler has been that ignition.
Yeah. 2
big jams now.
Yeah, and the crowd gets into it as well. You know, Tennessee plays off of that intensity from the crowd, and that's the first time the crowd's really gotten into the basketball game.
Now Ziegler will throw it. Ziegler will slow it down. Tennessee, 9 steals in the game as they have been efficient. That ball control, shot clock winding down. Vescovy couldn't quite. He's a little bit limpish there at the end of that. Maybe caught him a bit off guard.
Yeah, they look kind of out of sorts there on that offensive possession. You know, they look to slow it down, settle it down, but they looked out of sort a little bit.
Golden Eagles not out of it yet. Still a lot of action, about 6 minutes. They're down double digits now, and a good finish. Kenny White Jr. getting it to go. He's had a good game.
Kenny's had a great game. Again, you know, a little left-handed finish, left side drive there.
Back to 9, back to single digits. Ziegler left wing. Into Fulkerson. Going up with Sela.
Amadou said no help right here. I don't want your help. Let's see if that pays off for Amadou.
1-on-1, no foul call on the contact. Fulke again got it to go.
Yeah, Amadou may really want to rethink that. When you've got an all-SEC type player that you're defending, you know, I like the moxie of him saying no help, but man, sometimes what's best for the team is that we send a double defender.
Fulke used to going up against the biggest of the bigs across the Southeastern Conference, across the nation, and he has 14 points. A really good matchup down in the paint between Sela and Fulkerson all afternoon. Turnaround from Sela, put back Deontay Wood. He catches it in and one.
So you had 4 guys really racing around that perimeter, trying to thwart an offensive shot by Tennessee Tech. As we take a look here, John Fulkerson not settling, getting the rebound, and look at that high loft. But you look at Kumwa on the other end. Kumwa's got to box out.
And one opportunity good from Deontay Wood. Now has 5 points. And Tennessee Tech has put it back to a very reasonable 8. 4.5 to go. Ziegler driving in, couldn't quite finish it. Got a good look. Junior Clay looking to capitalize the other end, but Ziegler comes in and pokes it out.
Zakai Ziegler, I'm telling you, when you have that type of stick-to-itiveness, if you will, he fell on the other end trying to convert a tough layup, didn't quit on the play, and ran all the way back and got a piece and kept Tennessee Tech from scoring there. There's no wonder why you have Chandler and Ziegler and Vescovi in right now with only 4:25 left.
Huntley Hatfield back in the game as well. Big drive from Diarra, couldn't quite get it to go. Board from Ramsey, and a foul call on the way up on Tennessee.
Johnny on the spot there, Santiago had no choice really but to foul there in that situation, to foul Ramsey, because he was you couldn't box him out, much bigger guy.
Put Ramsey at the line, first one good. Well, tomorrow night, SEC football final has you covered with the biggest stories of the day and breakdowns of all the games. Dari Nokwa hosts along with Chris Doring and Benjamin Watson this week. The fun begins after Clemson in South Carolina right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. It's one app, one tap. 6-point game again.
Yeah, now, Andy, just a second ago, the crowd was into it. Tennessee's up by 13 points. But you look at a well-coached basketball team in Tennessee Tech that didn't quit. Now they're right back within an arm's reach at 6 points.
A gritty Tennessee Tech side trying to get their first win over the Vols since 1996, but a smooth finish from Kamwa, keeping some separation again.
With the assist from Huntley Hatfield, who, I'm telling you, look out, Vol fans. You're going to love this guy in the future to come.
That is a good duo. Kamwa and Huntley Hatfield. Folke's been good as well. Diarra for 3.
That's a bad shot. If you're Diarra, you're being defended by Huntley Hatfield well beyond the three-point line. That is a bad shot.
Vesky now with 7 rebounds, career high 9 against North Carolina. Kamwa from the wing, no doubt about it for the big man.
Automatic now. Olivier Kamwa, man, step into that shot with a rhythm, knock it down.
14 points from Kamwa, and he hasn't missed a shot this afternoon. 2 for 2 from 3, 6 for 6 from the floor. In the paint, Ramsey. Vescovi comes from behind, snatches it away. Other end, Vescovi for
Don't do us like that, Santi. Great heads-up basketball. I thought he was going to give it to Chandler in the corner.
The vision from Santi finds his guy in a huge slam. But yet again, another crowd silencer. Tennessee Tech, they haven't let it get in their head, these big slams.
Yeah, Daniel Ramsey, great finish on the other end. Keeps you within an arm's distance. Now it's critical if you're Tennessee Tech and Coach John Pelfrey that you get some stops.
Kamwa, hot hand, 16 points. And a little deflection from Junior Clay. He's just getting started as well. Not the start maybe Tennessee would want in this game. They'll have a chance to go back, watch the film, but still so many positive aspects from a lot of the pieces on your team. It's early in the season still.
Early in the season. Tennessee's got to get a shot off. Very fortunate that there was a kicked ball there, because as we saw it, there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Now it gets reset to 20. So that's very bad luck if you're Tennessee Tech, because you had Tennessee with 2 seconds left. Now it gets reset.
Every second is going to matter here for Tennessee Tech. Down 11 again, trying to get themselves back into it. It has been a really hard-fought battle for this Golden Eagles side through and through.
Tennessee's being very, very smart and wise and judicious with the basketball right here.
Vescovi, pronounce that one. Got it to go.
Yeah. That might have been the nail in the coffin right there.
His third of the day. Folke grabs a block after the whistle. That's going to be a foul to send Junior Clay to the line.
Junior Clay, man, Great basketball player. Look for him to really do more and more the rest of this season. But Tennessee was very, again, judicious for their shot selection, knowing that Santiago's coming around, curling that screen. Great wide open three. Santiago Vescovi.
It's 11 points now for Santi, and officially now 5 balls in double figures. Like you said, Steve, a lot of players you could highlight for this Tennessee team, and they're all doing things here today.
They're all doing things, but for the most part, it's been the youngsters. I know John Fulkerson's had his fingerprints all over this game, but it's been the youngsters.
Tennessee up 11, little full court press action with Tennessee Tech. A minute and a half. Ziegler just about gave it up. Junior Clay has got the pickpocket attribute, that's for sure. He's one of the best in the OVC at stealing it away.
Yeah. Now, Coach Barnes is going to be irate with Zakai Ziegler. And you just take a look here. This is where you don't want to be if you're Zakai Ziegler. You know, you've done a lot of good things, but you've got to give the ball up there, okay? You can't play hero ball and say, man, I can get around this defender. On this collegiate level, that doesn't work this way.
At the end of the day, Ziegler's still a freshman. He might be mature freshman that Coach Barnes is able to lead on, but still going to make those freshman mistakes, especially in the early going. Clay, a little floater, some life for Tennessee Tech. Junior Clay, 14 points.
Clay says, I'm not done yet, man.
And we'll get the game clock all figured out. Tennessee Tech down at 10. Another good fight for this Tennessee Tech side. I mentioned just night and day compared to a performance last year that I'm sure this side has already forgotten about, knowing that this is a brand new team. They really kept it close with a top 15 team in the nation.
Yeah, you know, and this will bode well for Coach Pelfrey in future games against the Volunteers because, you know, another chance to recruit higher and higher players, better players, more stars. You know, they're going to remember this.
Vescovi having to launch it for Conway, and an easy little slam.
Easy slam. Santiago didn't panic when there was 3 guys there defending him, but they're really going to have to work on that press break, and that's what Coach Barnes is going to talk about there. Where is that press break? You got too many guys running away from Santiago when he's got the ball. Luckily for Tennessee, there was an outlet the length of the floor with Olivier Cumwa.
And how about Vescovi? He's somewhat on a triple-double watch. Maybe not enough time. That was a really nice speed. He's got 7 assists, 7 rebounds, and 11 points.
Yeah, and you talk about the fact that Vescovi has been world-traveled. You know, he's seen basketball at a very high level, and he never gets rattled as well. You know, he could have easily panicked there and threw the ball away, but had the eyes up court. As you take a look at that stat line, 11, 7, and 7, that's fantastic to find Kumwa for the flush.
A guy who took his off-season work super serious, got into good shape, really changed up his diet a little bit. Coach Barnes said most improved over the summer, and he's really working at it because he's got to be a go-to guy. He's a veteran now. All of a sudden, you look up, you're an upperclassman.
You're an upperclassman. And you know, because he played such a high level over the summer and changed his diet, you see what he sowed over the summer. Now he's reaping.
Another turnover for Tennessee Tech. Kamwa, though, lost track of it. 45 seconds to go. Davidson will drive in. Kamwa leaped over him.
You look at Coach Barnes. I'm watching Coach Barnes as Kumwa turns the ball over. Coach Barnes stands up and is getting ready to give him an earful. And now if you see him here, he's seated because Kumwa hustled down and got a rejection on the other end.
Made up for it. He's laughing about it too. Tough turnover leads to a good swat on the other end. A deep 3 from Clay. Almost like a desperation launch, just trying to get back into it. It goes in. Junior Clay, 19.
Maybe that's been the problem. He was shooting too close.
That's right. Too many drives, too many easy looks. That's going to be a foul on Deontay Wood. Tennessee not in the bonus just yet.
It's been a pretty cleanly played game on both sides. Neither team in the bonus right now. This is what you want to see if you're a basketball fan.
Yeah, both sides being able to play their game, letting it go. Some physical post play all around. Some threes that haven't gone in and out, back and forth. Tennessee, they haven't quite been their best from the three-point line, but they made up for it. Each team now with 6 threes. Tennessee's, they've taken 23 of them. A lot of action in this one, and it was close generally throughout. Tennessee looks like they're gonna be able to make it to the finish line, but it took a little stretch there by some freshman studs to kind of get them over the top.
Yeah, it took some extra effort by the freshman studs that you spoke of just now. But if you're Coach Pelfrey, one of the things that you take away from this game is that, A, we can play with anybody. Okay, we fought tooth and nail with the University of Memphis, a top 10 basketball program, for a large part of that game. Now the game got away from them. Then you followed up with a victory against a tough-nosed Lipscomb team. Now you come into Rocky Top, and it's a 10-point margin right now. So you've got several positive things if you're Tennessee Tech and Coach Pelfrey that you take away from this.
Vescovy as well gets the second one to roll, as Tennessee Tech will take on Chattanooga at home on Tuesday, a team they previously lost to on the road already this season. And they'll travel to Evansville and then Western Carolina next couple games for this Golden Eagle side. It's Tennessee, they've got a couple of big games on the horizon. They'll host Presbyterian, and then they'll travel out to Colorado for a big game in Boulder. And then Texas Tech at Madison Square Garden. But most importantly is they are able to get this win in front of the home crowd Thanksgiving weekend. 10 straight wins now all time in a row over Tennessee Tech. 3-0 against in-state teams this season.
Yeah, big-time win after a Thanksgiving. Large crowd on hand. You give the ball fans exactly what they want. A big feast, if you will, after the feast. So kudos to Coach Barnes, and congratulations to the Tennessee Volunteers on a hard-fought victory today.
Hard fought indeed. Tennessee able to really push it over the edge there at the end. A lot of different people contributing. You mentioned 5 Vols in double figures, a group effort.
It's a group effort by every